All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone? I hope they're doing well. My name is Algo, and this is the morning live stream. If you are new, one second. And all right, that's done. And then I think I do that. I don't have to hear return. Great. Get signed into the chat, and we'll get going. I am. Let's see. So we're only streaming in one spot today, so YouTube, and share my screen in Discord, so we should be good. Morning, Johnny. All right, so overnight futures, what do they do? Just melting upwards after a steady decline. So we'll get into that. If you've got any requests going, let me know. If you're in, excuse me, that was horrible. If you are in the Discord stream, I cannot hear you in voice, so you'll have to type your messages in the chat. If you've got requests, let me know. I'll go through my process and try to get those requests taken care of soon. Okay? All right, let me get through my intro, and then we'll just get going. I am Algo. Thanks for joining me on another morning watchlist building session. I am a smart money dark pool and block trade algorithm analyst, which means that I check out the algo pretty much all day, every day, looking for divergences. A divergence means that the algorithm and price action have deviated at one point, and we're looking to play that return to the mean. Okay. I use the FlowTrade tool for that. It's a smart money block trade dark pool hedge fund big boy analyst predictive leading indicator. Basically, it tracks large institutions and what they're doing. Because if you got 1 million shares or something, right, or if you want to buy $1 million options block, you're not just going to, well, maybe with options you are, but if you're trying to get in and out of positions with that kind of money, you can't just do it all at once. It'll affect the market, and you'll actually end up losing money. There's a whole process on it. I don't want to go into it now, but basically they have to ease in and out of positions, and they do it so that it doesn't affect their bottom line. But we track that. So, for example, if a stock is selling off and the algorithm's buying into it, we know that that reversion to the mean, or that divergence, has to play itself out, very similar to gaps. And what will happen is price action will follow the algorithm, not the opposite. The algo doesn't follow price action. Price action follows the algo. Okay. If you're looking at my screen right now, this is the 4-chart setup. Really quickly, the white bars are price action. Purple is the regular algorithm. If I draw a red line on there, that's a regular block trade. If I draw a blue line on there, that is a dark pool block trade. And if I draw a white line on the screen, then everybody knows it's party time. Party time in Vegas. No. Miami? No. All around the world. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. And I guess it's like the international sign for party. Just kidding. What it really means, though, is that in my eyeball. It means that there is a regular and a dark pool level that are printed so close to each other that I can't segment or separate them out. Those are major areas of interest, either support and resistance, or just large influx of interest is probably the easiest way to say it. So I typically try to pay a lot of attention to those, and then you'll notice that the algo interacts with those block levels just like price action, and price action interacts with them well as like support and resistance. Okay, cool. With that being said, I'm going to go over the news real quick and then get this thing out of my eye. Not a whole lot in news, to be honest with you. Kind of a quiet day, almost. We've got Evergrande's going to rock the market again. They missed a payment. GitLab is raising their expected IPO price from 66 to 69 to, from 50 to 60 up to 65 to 70. GitLab is they're pretty solid, reputable company. They're going to offer 8.4 million shares. That's not a lot of shares for that company. So, low floater. Okay. Going through, let's see what else we have here. Nothing that's super interesting. Square got upgraded to overweight from neutral. with a $300 price target. Evergrande once again missed its payment. 9.5% note due in 2022, and its 10% bond due in 2023. Shanghai-based developer Scenic Holdings Group said it doesn't expect to pay the principal or interest due October 18th for a $250 million bond. Once again, I mean, just when we thought when the Chinese market was going to go through and start treating us decent, they'd come through with this, right? Yeah. As Inc. Beavis and Butthead just ran through my head. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, just nothing special with them. Just a funny name. Vroom has agreed to acquire California-based United Auto Credit Corporation for $300 million in cash. Vroom is kind of like Carvana. It's that buy your car without a salesman business model. So we may look at that. MGM upgraded to outperform. I've seen MGM brought up quite a bit lately. So yeah, we may check out MGM. I gotta write this down. If I don't write it down, I'll forget about it. So Vroom, VR, MGM. Oh, AO Smith. That came up on the scanner. AOS raises its quarterly dividend to 28 cents from 26. That's important. And then here we go. Auto sales in China declined 19.6% year over year in September to 2.07 million vehicles, falling for the 5th consecutive month. Ooh, bearish. Sales of passenger cars fell in September 17% year over year to 1.58 million, and the China Passenger Car Association said that. Okay. I mean, it's kind of hard to sell cars when nobody's out doing anything. Tesla did, however, sell 56,000 China-made vehicles in September, up 26.5% month over month from August sales of 44,264 units, and the highest since it started production in Shanghai about 2 years ago. So bullish on Tesla. Yay, Tesla. Go Tesla. I think that might help move some of the other EVs up. We will keep an eye on it. Hopefully it does. Let's see. More about China power crisis. Like, China get their crap together. All right. Other key events. No earnings after the close. So earnings we have this week are banks. So I'm going to look into that a little later. A little concerned that they're already pretty extended. So being able to find the iron fly might be a little bit more difficult than normal. Right? Oh, well. And my daughter woke up super early. You need to go back to bed. Get some sleep. Super early. I live in Pacific Standard Time, so it's super early for me right now. All right. Asian markets, Nikkei index dropped 267 points. Shanghai fell 45, and the Hang Seng declined 362. So Chinese markets were down because of Evergrande, right? In Europe, the German DAX is lower about 40 points, and the FTSE slipped 30. One thing to know today, bonds are back open. Bonds will affect the market. So there's going to be a lot more bond activity. And typically they're inverse. If there's like lots of bond buying, then the market usually, the market does opposite. So that's the news. And let's get into some stuff here, right? We want to look at DOS futures. Typically what I like to see is this bottom row down, top row up. All right, ES, after selling off midday yesterday, all the way down to this long-term trendline support, we are starting to move back up, coming up to midpoint resistance. I'd like to actually reject off of that and pull back to the 43.45 area or even 43.50. I don't like a massive run-up pre-market because then we usually sell off at the open, right? I'd rather play the rally at the open. So, a little bit of a, I don't know. I'm not going to call that a Wu-Tang pattern reversal, but it's close. And the same with the YM, just now getting over previous overhead trendline resistance, coming up to the midpoint, which would be yesterday's low, I believe. NQ, same kind of deal. Nice rally to sell off. And we came back down. We found support. Currently moving up to midpoint. And the Russell, same deal, right? So futures are kind of moving up. Gold was moving up, right? However, it's selling off massively now. Nice little 8-point drop in the last couple minutes. 1755 is the support level I'm looking for on gold. Wow, yeah, it was up. Something just happened. Yeah, it was up about 8 points, and now it's just selling off. That's interesting. Crude, same deal. Crude's coming down to a critical level of support here at 80, right? After a nice run up in pre-market yesterday. Like, why can't this happen during the day? This is such BS. Like, everything happens pre-market, and then we have to deal with BS overnight. Okay. The bonds are open again today. ZB, right? They're slowly making higher highs and higher lows. This is kind of an interesting little pattern that's forming here, right? 140, 158 foot is where I've got 158.08. Yeah, so it's interesting to see the ES and bonds running together. It usually doesn't happen, and the yen is taking a dump, right? The yen's been in a steady sell-off since Friday. Or the won. Is this won? The Japanese won. Yeah, I think this is won. Okay. So as far as futures are concerned, yeah, let's. I fully anticipate another chop day. Gold is concerning. I've noticed that I think Bitcoin is a new hedge, right? Gold used to be, where to put your money if you're worried about the market. I think people are shifting over to Bitcoin actually. So super interested in that. Okay. All right. Apps. Yes, Johnny Apps, dude. I got out of that trade yesterday. Risk tolerance hit me, but damn, that was a sweet trade. It was juicy, super juice. Okay, what do we got going on here? Getting messaged. All right. Yes, okay, TA. All right, so we're going to look at, I want to check out Airbnb, VRM, MGM, right? And not seeing any other major news. Tesla, obviously. I'm checking on FinTwit. Apple, maybe. I mean, this could be fun. Yeah, I think Roku. Let's look at Roku. Yeah, flat. All right. Airbnb, VRM, MGM, and Roku. Like none of these are super like, and I don't know if I'm super thrilled on this. Hold on, let me see if I can find some other ones. Ooh, Viacom looks decent. All right, I like Viacom. We could also do GDX to the downside. Maybe. All right. So Airbnb. So price action is just trading with the algorithm. There's no block trades in the last 11 days to really speak of. We're coming back down on trendline support. I don't like this pattern that Airbnb is making. Looks very head and shoulders-ish, right? I'm going to look at those key areas of previous lows as support. It starts taking those out. I think we have room to move to the downside on Airbnb, right? Rallied up to weekly resistance, right? Pull back to monthly mid. The next move would be to the monthly bottom and weekly bottom, or daily bottom and weekly bottom. However, we've got this nice, you see this nice gnarly little, and I think this is an inside bar, mother bar. Like this nice little bar that is provided support, right? Rally, 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 pull back to that, pull back to support, attempted rally, again, pull back. So with a $5 ATR, I believe Airbnb, neutral and decreasing, MACD, consolidating histogram, consolidating squeeze histogram. I think we might have some room down to, this little doji right here is a demand zone. So I think we might actually be able to pull back to right around 161. Sorry, I'm also interested in Futu. Yeah, glad I got out of that trade. So Viacom. Look at this. This is nice bullish divergence on Viacom. So falling channel, breakout, falling channel. Ugh. Things aren't as clear as they used to be out here in these streets. Regardless, a nasty little drop. The Algo is pretty much steady buying, continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. Price action, on the other hand, right? Not super impressed with it. Got a little bit further to come down to fill that gap. This could be maybe super early, but it could be a potential reversal. Let's see what we got here. Chop fest. Look at the massive consolidation that's been going on for months. That's all it's been doing. High compression squeeze, when that releases, we should get a pretty powerful move. Tesla is also in that boat with weekly high compression squeeze. That weekly squeeze released. Pretty good move for Tesla right here, don't you think? Pretty nice move for Tesla. Tesla is above. All right, Tesla's above the weekly Keltner channel top, right in the daily top. Daily, weekly, monthly, all bullish. I thought I saw a squeeze, a high compression squeeze on Tesla. Again, I'm really waiting for it to bust. I think it's got to get above 800 and close. There's a level on Tesla. We just got to find it. Another look at Tesla here. Look at this nice move overnight. All right, so we broke 800 pre-market, right? That's a massive, it's a trend, or that's a stop killing candle right there. 789.95 just created a giant range. Damn it. $10 range in Tesla from 790 to set to 800. The daily, look for this breakout. Tesla would be interesting today. I will check out. Let's look at what FlowTrade has to say about Tesla. Tesla. All right, so we have price action trading with the Algo. The Algo is barely uptrending, right? This isn't super. It doesn't give me a lot of confidence in that we're going to get a larger than expected move. And that's the thing. If we don't get those explosive new moves, then market makers are just going to Ivy crush us to death, right? Because that's how they make money. So I'd look for a squeeze to release. But right now we're just in a rising wedge with regular block trade resistance and support. Regular block trade 760, 796.35. That's going to be your support resistance. ES is starting to pull back a little bit. It's been in kind of a steady uptrend, but not much longer. All right, so 796.35, 783.75. There's your levels from a block trade perspective. The algorithm is very, very minor. This is kind of an ugly looking channel it's created. Not super thrilled about it. And price action is kind of following suit, right? So we broke out of this wedge, right? We're currently trading up in this little area here. So look for that continuation to happen, to continue. Support regular block trade support at 796.35. Okay, that was Tesla. MGM down here in the lower left. Nice consolidating block trades, right? There's a whole bunch of them. It runs from 44 to 40. It runs from 44.50 to 45. That's a 50-cent little channel. But look at this. So price action trading with the algorithm. Massive, large influx of interest at the close. If we can break out of this wedge that's kind of formed with MGM, I think that we can finally break the 45 level and continue to move to the upside. All right, let me just mark some of this up for you real quick. So we've got I don't know. It's interesting. So we had trendline support that we broke. So we formed a new one, right? The move was supposed to occur there. We broke that move, pulled back, couldn't maintain support. So now we just created a longer term wedge. I have one white line at current overhead resistance. Price action has broken regular and dark pool block trade support. So we may get more of a pullback than we anticipated. So if we can take out, if price action takes out previous lows, we should look at MGM to the downside. 44.75 is regular block trade support resistance. Dark pool is right here at I think 44.90. So this is a cluster of a bunch of lots of money. Dang it, come on. Seriously? All right, looking at MGM on a nice little uptrend, bull flag. We need that breakout to occur. All right, so we gapped up overnight, pulled back to the 21. We had SAC positive moving averages, 821.34. The 50s above the 200. The 200 is right at VWAP, right? So 44.75. Didn't I call that out? 44.75 is a regular block trade support. Yep, there it is right there. So it also appears to be point of control. So 44.75 is support for MGM. Anything above it, I'd like to go long. Below it, then obviously we want to readjust our positions. If we were to pull back to the mean, which means we would break point of control, we would also break some VWAP that we've got there. We've got a highest volume VWAP coming in at 44.20. So break down below 44.20. We revert to the mean, which is a 21 EMA at 43.60. However, this is kind of a bullish move, right? Rally up, pull back. I don't like, this is a weird pattern I've never seen before. So super wiki on the top end, right? Let's keep an eye on MGM. Moving on. All right, let's get into some requests and apps. Digital Turbine, GameStop, Fubo, OKTA, and then I owe you Nvidia and Palantir. All right, what do we got here? Apps. So apps is just trading with price action, right? Uptrending, trading with price action, trading within a channel. All of those little things that's happening with apps. I don't like how this cup and handle, right, didn't continue on. We actually came back down and tested. We've got kind of a longer term running support right there. We would need that support to maintain. The algorithm is currently got a little bit more room to come down. we would look for an algorithm bounce at that level, as well as it taking out or using its previous high as support. So we need the algo to bounce, right? We're pretty much channel trading. Right. Upward channel trading. Algo needs to bounce. Algo breaks down, then I think it would actually pull price action down. There's a gap that needs to be filled. Right. There's this gap here that needs to be filled. So we're going to keep an eye on it. If the algo in the morning breaks down, breaks below, back into this box area, I'd be interested in bringing apps back down to at least previous low at 75 or 77.50. Below that, 75.50. I mean, it's just in such a strong uptrend. You're going to be hard pressed to get it to do anything besides that. Let's see. Yeah, this is just a gorgeous move, right? Nice steady uptrend. We took out previous highs. You know, we didn't close above it. We wicked above. Previous highs at 80. At that, right at 80, right? So with apps, if we can break up above previous highs, right? I should really change this to there we go. So that white line that you see there is a 21-day EMA, right? So we'd like to see, I mean, if it does have to come back, it could rally to 70, right? Still maintaining its bullish direction. Just a nice little healthy pullback like it did here. So we rallied up, we pulled back to the mean, consolidated for a couple days, and then we're in this uptrend now. We broke previous high of 80. I don't really see anything that's gonna be too extreme. 87, a weird number. 88.17, that's just a strange number. 87.50. Anyway, there's a lot of little decision stuff here. Let's see. Yeah, 88.50. All right, so there's a target. So we have an $8 expected move to 88.50. We move about $5 a day, so $5 ATR. We got a ready aim fire mid signal buy. We just had a squeeze release from the daily squeeze. So we're 4 sessions into it. We've got about another 4. Depending on what the market does today, a slight pullback here would be a healthy move. You know, maybe pull back to 76.50 for a continuation onto the upside. So with apps, I may be interested in getting back into it again. I say 76.50. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, nice little move overnight. Stack positive moving averages 821.34. Above the 50, above the 200, above VWAP. Just riding that 2 ATR to the upside. Let's say 76.50. That's a scratch that. So 77. Like, it's a funky demand zone, but it's still there. Right? There's the demand zone as far as, you know, getting long. got this little funkadoodle little demand supply zone. So break of 81, I think we can continue long. As far as target goes, ooh, well, $5 ATR, we could target 85. That's if the algo bounces here and continues up. Contrarian, we break down below. If we break below 77, 75 is the next stopping point. Okay. All right, that was apps. Let's take out GameStop. So algo's just kind of trading with price action here. This is massive consolidation. This is a lot of consolidating. Lots of consolidation for the algo. I don't see any block trades in the last 12 days, so nothing surprising me there. But yeah, it's interesting that the algo is really just trying to consolidate. Like, there's your range. Just chop back and forth on GameStop. As far as technical stuff goes, let me see here. So trend line. So 180 to 190, that's your range. If we break below 175, then I think we can come back down to the 160s. All right. Fubo. I've played this quite a bit, if you can't tell. It's already been marked up. All right, so Fubo, what do we got going on here? I mean, the algo is making higher highs and higher lows, but I thought I would have expected to see a little bit bigger of a move. Right? So the algo is uptrending, right? It didn't make a lower low. It made a higher high barely and a higher low. I totally thought I would have saw something a little bit more explosive, right? Out of this little little flag breakout. I thought I would have saw something longer lasting, but unfortunately not. What's happening here? So there's a gap. Maybe that's what it's trying to do. Maybe it's trying to fill this gap. Today would be a good day for that to happen for Fubo. Break at 27.50 down to 25.15. Find some support there. Ooh, look at this. So if I take this overhead resistance, draw a line out, right? That's a perfect bouncing point for price action. All right, so starting with my basic setup, right? We're below the 50 and below the 200 and below the daily cloud. So that's bearish, right? We are making lower lows and lower highs. We have negative stacked moving averages, 50, 34, 21, 8. We're attempting to test the 50. We got point of control all the way down to 21.50. Right? $1.36 ATR. So we sold off. This could be a rally to the 50 before a larger continued sell-off. Let's see what we got going on here. Ready, aim, fire, fired off. We rallied, resistance. So with Fubo, since the algo is essentially just trading, right, in a channel, we've got this long-term demand zone. Long-term demand zone there. One second, I gotta check in on something. Yeah, futures just steady climbing. All right, so easily pull back to, like I said, 24. What did I say over here? 24, 25.15. All right, well, we've got a slingshot squeeze getting ready to release. If we can get back above the 50, we're immediately going to run into overhead resistance of the 200. The safe play is a break of 28.50, right? I anticipate possibly on the 18th, we can get through that. There's a weak point in that Ichimoku cloud that I like to see break through, right? The $29 level. Above the 29, we can go long, right? We're immediately going to get smacked with some overhead previous, right? So a break of 29, we run up to about 31. If we can get through that, then that's a confirmation of a trend reversal, right? This is just consolidation. So 22 to 29, just chop fest. Okay, I got to keep moving. Sorry. That was an interesting chart, so I may come back and look at it. OKTA, this is nice, right? So let's see. Bearish divergence played out, consolidation, right? We began bullish divergence that's played out here, right? Trading with price action, right? Newly formed bullish divergence, right? That occurred at this level here. So a $5 potential move there. The algo is, it's trying to do an uptrend, right? It really is. Overall, the algo is bullish. I need to see it reverse at this level. Need to see it bounce off of that level there. As far as price action's concerned, hate it when I grab the wrong tool. Whatever. All right, here we go. Look for a little bit more fade before we get a bounce. There's our target. Target 1, target 2. Ooh, what happened here? Let's see. Down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up. Let's see. Had a ready aim, failed fire signal, failed reversal, slingshot reversal, right? It should have reversed here and can continue to rally up. Negatively stacked moving averages 8, 21, 34, 50, 200. So those are so far we're bearish, right? We've got some fib levels here. So if we take out 225. I think we've got room down to 209. Right. If we maintain support here, we can easily rally to 239 before we have to make another decision. Right. Okay, TA. We're trading at negative 2.5 ATR. Like I said, if we take that level out, we can come back down. So I'm going to write this down because this is going to be kind of fun one to play today. Okay, TA. So below 225, 209. We would really need to take out, let's see. We could potentially rally up to 239 with resistance at 235 and 230. So to the upside, we got 230, 235, 239. I don't know what I just did there, but didn't mean to do it. All right. See, we're right at monthly mid support. That's why I'm thinking we might get a rally to the 21 before a continued sell-off. It's really hard for, so $8, we could do this move today. So if we break that, like I said, at 225 level, to 220, next support, like I said, potentially down to 210, right? We have this newly formed bullish divergence. Yeah, OKTA is going to be a fun one to look at. It feels super bearish. Like I said, feels super heavy. So I'd play it to the downside. Like I said, we may get a little bit of a pop. A little pop to 230 before we continue down. Right, this is super overhead resistance. 2134.50, 200, and VWAP to get through before we go long. The path of least resistance would be to the downside. So keep an eye on it. We will see what happens. All right. Any other requests? Nvidia and all right. So Nvidia is trading with price action. We finally filled that gap. All right. Look for, this should be an interesting play today on Nvidia. Okay. So we've got regular and dark pull support and resistance. 211.50 or 211 is regular block trade resistance. 205.80 or 204 is regular block trade support. We have a white line at 205.85. That's a major level of support and resistance. So it's going to be a magnet, and we should look to bounce off of that level. We'd have to get through dark pool resistance at 207.25 on the way back up to 211. Okay. We also have 211.50 as another dark pool level. So what I'd like to see happen is, since we filled this gap, I'd like price action to bounce, as well as, just the algo. It's trading with the algo, right? So we needed to bounce off of this level here for continuation to the upside. This is a lot of support. However, if we do break down below that 204.85 level, then we can definitely come back down here to 201, right? Interesting little pattern here. The algo is falling wedge for sure. It's pretty obvious there. Nvidia overnight. Let's see, what has it been doing the last couple of days? We pulled back to the weekly Keltner channel mid, daily mid. We rallied through that up to the daily, rallied through the daily bottom to the daily mid, rejected that. We're pulling back to the daily bottom, weekly mid for support, right? Point of control is at 204. So I fully think we pull back to 204 and then we can rally back up. If we break 203.50. Actually, if we break 199.52, then we have a nice little drop ahead of us, right? So we've got right 199.30. We could easily pull back to 201. So we could continue to pull back here. And then let's throw a fib on it and see what it says. Symmetry we got going on here. All right, so we're pulling back. We broke through the 382. The 618. Actually, sorry, excuse me. The 50% retracement and point of control is at 204. Below 204, we have previous low support and the 618 retracement at 202.30. That would be a good area of opportunity for it to bounce for continued move to the upside, or this level that it's at now. All right, so I really think that 204 level is going to hold. Got a slingshot squeeze getting ready to release, ready and fire mid-level setup, right? I don't like how we've got the 21, 34, and 50 above us, right? So the move to 210 is going to be pretty easy, but the move above move above 210 is going to be a little bit tougher. So I like Nvidia. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Who brought that up? Gish. Nice call. Hammer on the 4 hour. Right. Rally, pullback, rally. Pre-market rally, right? Dang it. Another little stop killer candle right there. 650. Pulled back to VWAP, rallied up. So we got overhead rejection at 209. Yeah, so 210, 209.50, really. Point of control, VWAP, 21 EMA, 50 SMA on the daily, or on 15-minute chart. For me, this is the move. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Go long on Nvidia on the break of 209.50, right? So if we breach that and pull back, use it for support, then I'll get long on Nvidia. However, if we reject off of that, we could very easily chop all the way down to 205. Below 205, I go short. So, I mean, sorry that it sucks that it's a $5 range, but I like to play safe. Above the 200 long, below VWAP to the short side. 205 is support. Okay. 205, 209.50. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for joining me. Once again, my name is Dark Pool Algo. I am here every morning, Monday through Friday. Sorry, I got to write this down. Nvidia 20950 long 205. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dark Pool Algo. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't got a free trial of FlowTrade yet, check it out. It should be a link in the description of this video. If you have any requests, make sure you leave it in the comment section below or hit me up in the chat. I will see y'all tomorrow, and everybody stay safe, stay green, and have a great day. Bye-bye now. All right.